Hi, I'm Erik Voss. And Avengers Endgame took our beloved Tony Stark from us, a man we loved 3,000 before we even knew that was an extent to which we could love a fictional character. But the interesting way Tony said goodbye in Endgame and some clues from Spider-Man Far From Home have presented an intriguing possibility. Could Iron Man come back in future MCU films? No, I'm not talking about resurrection. It's not a pretty picture. Nor am I implying any Skrull-spiracy. I learned my lesson there. It's obviously Nick Fury. But rather, could Robert Downey Jr. return as Tony Stark in the form of some pre-recorded projections? Or a projected AI form of himself living on as some kind of ghost? Did this mad scientist have a secret plan for immortality? If ever that weird, seemingly impervious body of his finally stopped ticking. I'm gonna dig into this theory, and spoiler warning in case my speculation. One thing established about Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame was that the guy was pretty obsessed with his legacy, an obsession that manifested in recording messages of himself to be shown post-mortem to his loved ones. Remember, he recorded a goodbye to Pepper when he was stranded on the Benatar, and in the closing minutes, his family watched a hollow projection of himself that beamed out from his Iron Man helmet. And this isn't the first time Stark has done this kind of thing. In Iron Man 3, when Pepper thought Tony had died, she found a recording left by him inside his helmet. Tony seems to even enjoy catching his friends off guard with non-corporeal incarnations of himself, as we saw in Spider-Man Homecoming when he saved and scolded Peter Parker with an empty Iron Man suit. In Captain America Civil War, Tony Stark showed off his BARF, binary augmented retro framing, his imaging technology, in which his deceased father and mother were projected as holograms for him to interact with, to use the memory of his late loved ones to continue to learn future lessons. And remember, Tony's original AI, JARVIS, was a digital recreation of the voice and personality of his Stark family butler, Edwin Jarvis. It's a little creepy when you think about it, but it was probably a source of comfort and stability for Tony over the years. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has also established that Hydra figure Arnim Zola, long after his corporeal death, lived on as a ghost in the machine, an algorithm AI hidden in S.H.I.E.L.D. servers, his persona and intelligence evolving over the decades as he manipulated world politics. It's almost like everything in the MCU the whole time has set up Tony Stark with the precedent and technology to live on after his death, to continue helping, heckling, and even fighting alongside his fellow Marvel heroes. But what would that look like? But before I continue, thank you to Soundcore for sponsoring this episode. Soundcore's Liberty Neo ultra compact wireless headphones play incredible audio. They're small and light, and they fit super comfortably. They feature the Grip It technology. You'll immediately forget you're wearing them. Wait, am I still wearing them? Or is this podcast just playing inside my head naturally because that's how cozy these babies are? The graphene enhanced audio has exceptional clarity with deep resonant bass and ultra fast pairing with your device, and a super strong Bluetooth 5 connection. And new Rockstars viewers are being offered a special discount. Just scroll down to the description, hit the link, and find these on Amazon where you can get them at the lowest price, but just make sure to do this before the discount expires. Okay, back to how Tony Stark could return to the MCU in AI projection form. Consider Rhodey, War Machine, fighting a warlord somewhere. He stumbles a bit, and then a suit of Iron Man armor controlled remotely by Tony Stark's post-mortem AI drops in, carrying a tank. Boom, you looking for this? Or Bruce Banner and Doctor Strange try to decode some enigmatic cosmic signal received from distant space. They can't figure it out, but then a projection of AI Tony Stark floats in. Already cracked it, boys. He's called the Silver Surfer. He's played by Keanu Reeves. Boom, boom. Some have even scrutinized imagery from Spider-Man Far From Home, suggesting that Iron Man's helmet is visible in the reflection of Peter's glasses. The same glasses, remember, that Tony Stark wore in Infinity War and in Endgame, and they contain Stark's augmented reality interface. And yes, future person watching or listening to this after Far From Home has come out, you'll know whether or not this is legit, also whether or not our planet is still here. This whole idea of a character's consciousness living on in digital form has come up again and again in many fictional universes. Like in Star Wars Legends, Emperor Palpatine left behind various recordings of his hollow projected self for the Empire to use to carry out his orders down through the ranks in the event that he had died, to prevent governors from breaking ranks and the Empire from collapsing. And in the Superman comics and series, his dead father, Jor-El, lived on as recordings in Kryptonian crystals in the Fortress of Solitude. And in Ready Player One, the AI of the late James Halliday lives on as a mentor spirit guide inside the Oasis. There's that Johnny Depp movie, Transcendence, and pretty much much every episode of Black Mirror. And fully intending to creep you out here, this is something we're seeing in real life too. Deceased public figures are being resurrected in virtual forms, dancing at concerts, acting in movies, and currently living world leaders being deepfaked to say things that they never actually said in real life. It was actually believed that Osama bin Laden pre-recorded a number of video messages to be released in the event of his death or incapacitation in order to keep his message alive. So yeah, maybe the reason little Morgan Stark didn't seem that sad at the end of Avengers Endgame, just wanted some cheeseburgers, is because she knows Papa Tony can just come back and recorded cameos similar to Captain America's cameos in Spider-Man Homecoming. I mean, honestly, they should have just told her that her dad was away on business and then just hit play on that helmet whenever she got lonely or sad. Hey kiddo, daddy's here to help you with your math homework. Uh-oh, my math knowledge hit a wall a few years back. I don't get this Common Core shit. But do you want Tony Stark to return in this kind of way? Or should he be left to rest in peace? Comment down below with your thoughts, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss, and subscribe to New Rockstars for breakdowns and theories about everything Marvel. And in case you were wondering, yes, this whole episode was not me, it was an AI projection of me based on past recurring phrases I say all the time. Spoiler warning in case my speculation but the whole time. But don't worry, I'm not dead. Well, I don't know, who knows when you're watching this? Like maybe 200 years from now, then yeah, I am. Oh boy, I am in an existential crisis now.